Good afternoon from Fort Myers, Florida, and welcome to the final day of the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers Tip-Off. Up next, a top 25 matchup between the 22nd ranked Oklahoma Sooners and the 19th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. Welcome to the Women's Sports Network. Thanks so much for being here alongside Michelle Griffin-Wenzel. I'm Kylan Mills. The Sooners and Vols both looking to bounce back from losses on Thursday. Oklahoma runs a very frenetic offense, high-paced. While the Volunteers can dominate inside, they're very good on the glass. What are a couple keys to this matchup?
Well, defense is going to win ball games, and for Oklahoma, it has to be their interior defense, and for Tennessee, they have to get back in transition to stop the high-powered octane offense of the Sooners.
This Tennessee offense led by junior guard forward Sarah Puckett, averaging more than 15 points per game. What stands out about her skill set?
Oh, it's her shot, 100%. She's hitting 53% from the field, 47% on threes. She's Tennessee's go-to player and has scored in double figures in all 6 games thus far.
The Oklahoma offense led by junior guard Peyton Verhulst, shooting more than 50% from the field and three.
And she's such a versatile player who can play multiple positions, but it takes her a little bit to find the rhythm of the game. But once she does, she's hard to stop. Verhulst must stay out of foul trouble for the Sooners to get the win today.
Welcome into Suncoast Arena. Look at the starting lineups for both Tennessee and Oklahoma. A couple of major notes. The Vols will be without fifth-year forward and their leading scorer, Kia Jackson, out with a lower leg injury. Hasn't played since the Florida State game on November 9th. She's a player who affects their ability to get it done on the glass. Also, Coach Kelly Harper mentioned she's super important to the confidence of this group. Well, for the Sooners, they've run out the same starting 5 throughout the season. Michelle, what advantage does that give you to have that type of consistency in your starting lineup?
Well, they know where each other is on the floor at all times, and they're able to make those passes in transition for the easy layups or to kick it out on the trailer coming in for the 3.
Just moments away from tip-off. First possession will go to the Volunteers. Starting at the point guard position, Destiny Wells. There's the first bucket up and in. Vols on the board. Whistle blows, though. Brief pause. Player bending over there for the Sooners. But Destiny Wells running this offense in place of Jasmine Powell, who is coming in off the bench. Previously had been starting, dealing with a little bit of a knock, minor injury. She did have a nice game in their last outing, though, against Indiana. So she'll be a player to keep an eye on off the bench.
And Kylan, just note that was Peyton Verhulst that went out of the game. Looks like she may have twisted an ankle, but she's getting looked at by the trainer right now.
Williams tries a 3, rattles out. Wells goes the other way. Puckett lays it off. Squaring up, firing from distance, and it falls for Tess Darby.
And that's huge right away for the Volunteers because Darby has been struggling with efficiency this season. She's a really good shooter, but she's been in a rut as of late.
Darby shooting just 27% from the field, 23 from three-point land. Now here come the Vols. Wells, little hesitation. Kicks it back out. Plenty of time for Spear to splash it in.
We knew that that was going to be happening in this game, that it was the interior defense that needs to get out and cover up those shooters.
Tennessee off to a fast start, 8-0 here early in quarter number 1. We'll step aside for a quick break. More coming up here on the Women's Sports Network. The Volunteers off to a fast start here in the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off. Their matchup against the Sooners off to a great start for the Vols. Michelle, you mentioned their interior defense, and both teams, or rather the Sooners' interior defense being important, but this time it's Tennessee being able to knock down shots from outside, a pair of threes falling to help them to this 8-0 start.
And that's one thing Coach Harper mentioned. She's like, my Volunteers are great shooters. We just have to shoot with confidence and keep shooting. They're gonna fall at some point.
Speaking of shooting with confidence, Zahara Williams drops in the triple.
Yeah, Williams, a freshman, getting some big minutes early on in her college career, averaging 10.5 points a game to go along with 6.3 rebounds.
Williams rather with a long two. There's a baseline shot that won't go. Sooners now up ahead. Williams able to reel it in. Keys gets inside, lays it off. That one won't go there for Culleton. Now into the game for the Sooners.
Great help side defense down low from the Volunteers.
Too strong there from Puckett. Ball rolling over and does fall to Wells. She'll keep it going here. Volunteers maintain possession.
And again, the trainers working with Peyton Verhulst in the back left corner of your screen. She got injured on that first play.
Whistle blows there. It's a foul called against the Sooners. First foul against Beatrice Culleton called, so Volunteers will keep possession. There's the Sooners head coach, Jenny Bronchek, in her third season. Joined the Sooners after spending 9 seasons at Drake. Each of her first 2 seasons in Norman. Was a National Coach of the Year finalist, 51-16 record. That one rattles out. Board brought in by Darby.
The Sooners right now doing a great job on the defensive boards, limiting Oklahoma to 1 shot.
Wells a little bit caught up in the paint there. Back out to Darby in the corner. Wells trying to find the opening. A couple of nice passes connected inside, but it is touched out of play, and it is called Sooners basketball.
And Jillian Hollenshed had 1 too many passes there. She should have finished that off, and that's one thing Kelly Harper talked to us about, Kylan, is she has to know when it's her job to shoot that basket and finish the play.
Coach pointing out it's good to be a team player, but in certain instances you have to determine when it's your turn to go. Now there's a nice turning move, but it falls out there from Van. Wells going the other way now. Tennessee pushing the pace. Foul called there as Wells was trying to drive it inside.
Tennessee doing what they wanted to do in their game plan. Box out, play intense defense down low, and that was a great set by Tess Darby, playing man-to-man defense on that block, shutting down the Sooners.
Tap called for the foul. Wells on the inbounds. Darby fires from distance, short. Keys has the board. Oklahoma looking in transition. Scott slows it down. Well, they look to run their offense, a very fluid offense at that, dependent upon reading the defense. Foul called there off ball. Going to be against Sarah Puckett. Sooners will maintain possession.
Yeah, Puckett and Skylar Van getting tangled.
Entering the game for Tennessee, number 11, Caroline Strickland.
You can see here at ball screen and the little tangle there.
Back in play here, Williams lays it off. Scott inside, and it will fall. Sooners.
A little hesitation from Raina Scott there. She sized up the basket and said, oh, I want to get a step closer, and nobody from Tennessee rotated over to stop that shot.
Spear, crafty move, too strong. Battle for the rebound. Goes over the baseline. Initially, looked like it was indicated Sooners basketball, but the Vols will keep it here.
Lady ball substitution. Entering the
Oklahoma
game, number 15, Jasmine.
slowly getting back into this game, down 4. But their transition game hasn't been working the way they want it to work, and give credit to Tennessee for getting back and getting those matchups in their man defense.
Spear surveying. Darby connects inside with Strickland, working down low, gets the bucket.
What a strong post move from Strickland, excuse me. A nice little hook shot as well.
Strickland, a force off the bench, averaging nearly 11 points per game and 6 rebounds on the season. That pass won't go. Steal for the VOLS. Hollingshed will slow it down. Now into the game, Jasmine Powell running the offense. Nice little post-up move, trying to get the bucket to go. However, it is going to be called a foul, so point, it was going to be called a travel.
Yeah, too many steps there by number 11. Feet got tangled up as she was making her move. Good call by the officials.
Sooners now with the opportunity to cut the deficit to 4. Scott pulls up, short.
Again, Tennessee doing a nice job sealing out and getting that board.
Powell tries to go coast to coast, ends up going out of play. Sooners basketball. How about the transition defense there?
Well, getting back, trying to take the charge was Lexi Keys, but the strip and that ball ended up going off of Tennessee out of bounds.
Volunteers off to a much better start. Coming off a tough loss to Indiana, 71-57, the final on Thursday. Strickland led the way with 13 points alongside Sarah Puckett as that one will fall. So the Sooners creeping right back here in quarter number 1.
And that was huge for the Sooners. I mean, they've been shooting 22% thus far. But look at that, Tennessee comes right back down, and Carolyn Strickland, nice post move, opportunity to make this a 3-point play. Great entry bounce pass. Strickland totally blocks out and seals her defender, and only she can grab that ball and get to the bucket.
Strickland now goes to the line, shooting just over 62% on the season from the charity stripe. Started almost every game last year in her sophomore campaign, but has been a force off the bench this season. Tennessee trying to put back up the O board. Sooners fight it off. Scott. And the 3 will fall. Nicely done by Aubrey Jones.
That quick transition basket. Aubrey Jones has been a bright spot for these Sooners, averaging 12.8 points per game. She gets hot. Watch out for number 20.
Jones shooting more than 58% from the field. Strickland tries it that time from deep. Van now brings it in. Nice entry pass.
Oh,
Couldn't
Kirsten
quite get
Jones,
it to go though.
Got to finish that. She was all alone down below.
Ball out of play here in the corner. VOLS managed to escape. They have the 3-point lead here in quarter number 1.
Yep, bring the ball down the floor. Raina Scott delivers to Jones, and real quick release on that ball.
Jones shooting 50% from 3-point land. 4th in the Big 12 coming into this weekend. Nice entry pass put away there by Strickland.
That's twice now down the floor that Strickland has gotten herself in position to get that ball. Great interior pass and finish for number 11.
3-2 strong from Verhulst. Sooners battle for the board, but it will go the other way for the VOLS. Strickland now with 6 points. Back in to run the offense here. Jasmine Powell mentioned she's been dealing with a little bit of a minor injury. Came in off the bench in the team's matchup against Indiana. Was very effective. It's too strong. Jones pulls up in the baseline, kicks it back out. Scott trying to make the play. Intercepted though. Powell immediately pushes.
Great anticipation getting into that passing lane.
Drive though by Wynn denied, and there's a foul, but it is called on the body.
Well, Kennedy Tucker, the transfer from North Carolina, held her position there. We'll take another look at it.
Basket will count. Hollingshed getting ready to go to the line. Tennessee looking to extend their lead.
Yeah, Strickland right now with 8 points coming off the bench, and that's one area where the Lady Vols outscore their opposition off the bench. In the last 2 games, it's been 68-16. So a lot of production coming off that bench.
Strickland rather going to the line. 3-point shot falls for Peyton Verhulst.
It's nice to see her back in the ball game after having an injury early on.
What a play there by Williams, leaping defensive effort. Forces the turnover. Top now running the offense. 3 short. Van gave it a go. Powell now pushing the Tennessee offense. Ball's moving around the horn. Entry pass won't go. Tot getting out in transition. Williams gets the lay-in.
That's what Oklahoma loves to do. Get that defensive board and run. And they didn't get back on defense that time.
Puckett with the answer. Tennessee now with a 4-point lead.
And that's Puckett's first 2 points of the game.
Over the top pass there to Verhulst. Almost gets the end one opportunity, but it rattles out. She'll go to the line.
That's nice to see number 12 back. She just brings so much to this Sooners team. Probably got her ankle taped up from the trainer. Little post move, squares her shoulders, draws the foul.
Verhulst coming into the weekend was the only player in the country to average 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block while shooting 55% from the floor. As that first one falls after a nice move for Verhulst. However, she had quite the quiet game, and the teams lost to Princeton in their first matchup of the Fort Myers tip-off. Just 1 point. She went 0 for 5 from the floor, her only point coming from the free throw line. It's certainly important for this team to get her going here in quarter number 1. Wells driving, trying to find Puckett. Somehow the Vols battle back. Ball up for grabs. Win lays it off.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Too strong there from Wells. Tennessee almost able to pull in the O-board, but it goes out of play.
Yeah, just sloppy basketball on that end of the floor. Nobody really wanting to take control of the basketball. And between Sarah Puckett and Carolyn Strickland, they should have been able to put that rock in the basket.
Tot now bringing the ball up. Tennessee does have the edge on the glass, 13-9 so far, 4-1 on the offensive glass as well.
Oh, Tennessee's bench thought that Culleton stepped out of bounds and didn't re-enter herself inbounds before she touched the ball. We're tied at 18.
Keys with a layup to tie things up here in quarter number 1. A 12-second, or 22-second rather, shot clock differential. A battle down low.
And that's great help side defense from Sahara Williams. Doubling up on Strickland.
Sarah Puckett there also getting it done on the defensive end, trying to rip that ball away. Rather trying to keep it in play for the Vols as the Sooners continue to apply a lot of defensive pressure. Now on the inbounds, they have an opportunity to take the lead here with an 11-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Want to try to run this one down as much as possible here as Tot brings the ball up.
Yeah, passing right now is key for Oklahoma. Take care of the basketball, and actually they went quick. They found it.
With the nice cut, puts it away inside. Shot clock now, and game clock, one and the same. Shot clock off, rather, so 18 seconds to go here. Tennessee wants to get the last shot here in quarter number 1. It's Wells running the point.
I would anticipate something down low for your post players. They got the seal, they just didn't execute with Tamari Key.
Tries to find Key. There's 6'6" redshirt senior center down low. Certainly has the size advantage in most matchups that she faces. Able to seal off her defender, and there Oklahoma tries to get the last shot. Couldn't quite get it before that first quarter buzzer. But the Sooners do hold on to the 2-point lead here after quarter number 1. It's a top 25 matchup. Second quarter action will continue here on the Women's Sports Network after a quick break. Welcome back here. Quarter number 2 about to get underway in the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off, a top 25 matchup between the Sooners and Volunteers. It was Oklahoma who had the edge there after quarter number 1, a 2-point lead after the Vols got off to an 8-0 start to this game, and right away it's a foul that'll get things started here in quarter number 2. One thing both coaches talked about heading into this matchup was defense. Michelle, what did you make of the defensive matchup through quarter number 1?
Well, Tennessee did a great job boxing out, getting 11 defensive rebounds. And for Oklahoma, their defense was stellar because they forced Tennessee to create 7 turnovers, 4 of those coming within the last 2.5 minutes.
Right on cue, the Vols turn it over on the inbounds play, so the Sooners get the ball back with a chance to extend the lead. Oklahoma really effective with that on-ball pressure so far in this matchup. We're going to get the ball moving here.
A nice
Handoff,
job
not
by
there.
Sarah Puckett getting her hands in that passing lane.
Good for the transition 3. Spear on the dribble, finds the glass and in.
Well, that's one thing that Jewel Spear can do. She just wants to do everything well. She can shoot the 3, or as you saw there, she can create off a dribble.
Volunteers this time forcing a turnover. Wells into the lane. Floater not there. Board reeled in by Van. Now out in transition. Here come the Sooners. Johnson surveying down low. Scott fires from 3 and she gets it.
Somebody's got to rotate over and get in Raina Scott's face. Good confidence in the sophomore in that three.
Scott hasn't taken many threes, 1 for 2 coming into this game on the season. Had the time though there to square up, get her feet set, and that shot looked good. Now the Vols look to respond, trailing by 3. Pull up, and there's a deep three. Sarah Puckett this time.
Oh, I love it when bigs get out on the perimeter and shoot that shot. Coach Harper mentioned that Puckett's playing with a lot more confidence this year than she did last year.
Another turnover, Hollingshed with the steal. Vols now look to take the lead. That one is a travel call while Powell trying to get the shot up, so it goes right back the other way, Sooners basketball.
That was the right shot right into the shooter's pocket, but Powell took a little hop step as she was getting her feet set for the shot.
Powell, when she does, he talked about big stepping outside. When she does step outside the arc, very efficient, shooting more than 47% from 3 coming into this game. Scott tries it again after making one just a couple possessions prior. The O board, put back, not on though.
Landry Allen, the freshman, into the game. Just needs to take her time on that shot, square up.
Skip pass to Darby, her shot not on line. Sooners with numbers in transition. Little floater falls for Allen.
Look at that confidence from the freshman coming off the bench. She could have easily passed it to the interior with Skylar Van, but chose to shoot the little jumper.
Back and forth battle here in quarter number 2. There's a nice pass to Hollingshed. She is fouled.
Yeah, Hollingshed got separation off of that screen and roll. As she tries to split through the defense, they end up calling Allen, I believe, for the foul.
Foul was called on Skylar Van, her first personal. Bounds play here, time running out. That one's touched out of bounds by Keys.
Oklahoma's defensive set here, all in the faces of the Volunteers. Last time they stole the inbounds pass. This time they almost got the 5-second call.
Spear this time finds Hollingshed. Top of the key. Spear gets a little caught up. Corner pass to Darby. Her three will fall. Tennessee takes a 1-point lead.
Darby was just waiting over there. Just give me the ball. Perfect pass from Spear, right catch and shoot in that shooter's pocket.
Allen. That one misses everything, out of bounds.
She looks to the interior, changes her mind. As Oklahoma really taking that weak side help defense and shading into the paint, they left Darby wide open.
Darby now with a pair of threes, 2 for 4 so far in this game. Better start for the three-point shooter who struggled early in the season. There's a three that's too strong from Spear. Battling though there for the O board is Stripling. Foul is called. That one's called on Verhulst. That's her first, the team's third here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, the bigs are playing really well for Tennessee, both Sarah Puckett and Carolyn Stripling getting some big minutes.
Trying to move it around the horn. Off-ball foul is called. That one against Landry Allen.
Now, there's been a couple of those off-ball falls called as of late. Both teams kind of jockeying for position down in that paint.
Substitution made back into the game is Skylar Van, a 6-foot senior forward out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Here's Tennessee on the inbounds. In traffic there is Stripling.
Nice block by Allen.
Comes up with it. Scramble for the ball. Williams in transition. Tennessee, though, with a good transition defense, they get numbers behind and slow up the Sooners' transition moment. Williams too strong. Foul called, and it will go the other way.
Oklahoma foul on number
Like
20,
Powell and Jones were fighting for position on that rebound.
That puts Tennessee
How about the Vols transition defense there, though? The Sooners run at such a high clip. Coach Harper mentioned transition D, just getting numbers back, going to have to be super important. How would you evaluate that so far in this game?
Well, I think they've done a nice job. I mean, a lot of times the Sooners have had a 3-on-2 break, and Tennessee is hustling back, and they're not getting caught in no man's land. They're making the decision which person they want to defend, and they've really shut that down.
Powell's first free throw doesn't go. Tennessee maintaining the 1-point lead. She extends it to 2.
Well, Tennessee will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Now they are in the bonus. The pass is connected out on the perimeter. Foul called this time on Carolyn Strickland.
She's battling with Landry Allen down low, and the officials are calling it both ways very evenly as the posts are battling.
Tennessee still with one more to give before both teams are in the bonus. Williams. Quick ball movement here. There's the dribble drive, the floater, no. Battle for the rebound. Multiple players on the floor as it goes out of play.
Yeah, Tennessee really packing it in to take away any opportunities in the paint. And the little floater from Jones, she just had to put a little bit more on that, and that would have fallen through.
Jones averaging nearly 13 points per game, coming in off the bench. That 3 doesn't touch anything from Tot. Volunteers now with another possession and the chance to extend the lead.
Tennessee still shooting 44% from the field, Oklahoma 38%.
Powell on the dribble, tries to get it through to Hollingshed. Read well, though, by the Sooners defense. Williams going almost coast to coast, but she does get called for the double dribble, so it will go the other way.
That good defense by Hollingshed to shut her down, and there was just nowhere for Sahara Williams to go, and she just got all tangled up.
The 6th turnover for the Sooners. Tennessee has 11. And still ways to go here in quarter number 2. Lots of Puckett. Loads of space for Powell. Not on line though, but there's the O-board pulled in by Darby.
And that's the 7th offensive rebound for the Vols.
Nice pass over the top. Puckett puts it in after the seal off there.
Yeah, nice high pass to Puckett. She just rotates her body and kisses it right off the glass.
Shot from 3 from Van, too strong. That one rolls out of play. Sooners keep the basketball.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Timeout called by Volunteers head coach Kelly Harper in her 5th season. One of only 2 women's hoops head coaches to guide 4 different programs to the NCAA tournament. Looking to guide her team to a win here today. More second quarter action coming up. Welcome back here into the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off. A quick review underway, trying to determine exactly what happened with the game clock. It appears it was not running, possibly for 20 to 30 seconds, so the officiating crew here on site working to evaluate how much time they possibly need to take off of that 4:54 that you see at the bottom of your screen. We're taking a look back at that just to figure out if there was a technical glitch that took place. Michelle and Kylan here with you. Appreciate you being here. Quite a bit of turnovers we've seen here so far early on in this game. Now the Sooners play with a high-paced offense. They do a good job of sharing the basketball, averaging more than 21 assists per game, but that also lends itself to being a little bit more high turnover. Where do you feel like is the right balance in a lot of possessions, running a fast-paced offense, but also not turning it over too much?
I mean, they really have to respect the basketball and take ownership over it. I mean, they're averaging 20 turnovers a game. Right now they have 6. And when you turn the ball over, you can't score points. And Oklahoma is scoreless through the last 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
So they've had a couple turnovers that have contributed to that, but also Tennessee been plagued with turnovers in this game. They have 11 so far through just 1.5 and change quarters. Where do the Vols need to better take care of the basketball, or what are some of the main issues you're seeing with their offense being disconnected?
Well, right now, you know, they're doing a great job on the offensive boards when they're able to get a shot up. But it's their three-point shooting that hasn't been very good. 4 for 12 from that area. I know that's one way that Tennessee distribute the ball well, hit those outside shooters, and start draining some threes.
So there it was evaluated that 4:31 would be put on the clock, so about 20 seconds or so taken off. Williams saves it there just on the baseline. Gets it back. Williams on the drive. Gets the friendly roll. Nice put up there.
Well, and the freshman driving with that left hand, switching it over to the right to finish strong.
Williams now with 6 points, 1 rebound. Feed down low. That one won't fall for Puckett.
Yeah, Puckett's got to finish that off. That was a beautiful pass from her teammate.
Top pulls up, too strong. Here comes Powell.
Tennessee's got the length for sure. They got Puckett down low. They got Hollingshed setting the screen there.
Spear from the mid-range, no.
Again, Tennessee, I want to see them bang in down low and really force Oklahoma.
Keys with a transition 3. That's the bread and butter of this Sooners offense. They take a 1-point lead.
That was much needed from Oklahoma. They're 1 for their last 7 from the floor.
Pull up, too strong. Darby couldn't get it to go. Top pushes. Williams from deep gets it.
As she's a shooter, somebody's got to get over and stop the ball in her hands, get in her face and contest that.
Tahara Williams, the freshman, with 9 points, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, 4 of 6 from the floor. That three-pointer too strong from Spear. Foul called as both teams were going after the board.
Well, and this is bread and butter Oklahoma. I mean, that pass across court from Peyton Verhulst to Lexi Keys, and this one from Tot over to Williams. 6 points in a hurry, and Oklahoma up 4.
And because they're in the bonus, the Vols go to the line. It's Jasmine Powell, the 5th-year guard out of Detroit, Michigan.
And Kylan, it's amazing how the script has turned. I mean, now Tennessee has that scoring drought, and Oklahoma has scored 6 points in like the last minute and a few seconds.
Oklahoma now with a 3-point lead and the chance to extend. Williams. Another off-ball foul called. There have been quite a few in this game, Michelle. Yeah, that's going to be called on Jasmine Powell.
Yeah, Jasmine's going toe-to-toe with Verhulst. Again, they're battling down low, and the officials are calling it evenly on both ends of the court.
Powell will go out. Kaya Wynn into the game. Dan. Nice pass. Pulling down the O-board there is VOLS. Scramble on the floor, both teams battling. There's a pile up there inside the lane. Whistle blows for the jump ball. It is going to be Oklahoma basketball.
Yeah, VOLS going up strong. Did not get called for the travel, and it's like there's butter on the ball. It's just slipping through everybody's hands right now. Nobody really just being aggressive and grabbing it.
Top. Van. Three from VOLS rattles out. Put back not there. Williams sticking with the play. Comes up with another O-board. Tots from three. Gets it.
And that was pure strength from Sahara Williams down low to get 2 rebounds and then rip that ball away and get it out to the top of the key.
Williams leading her team, averaging more than 6 boards per game. Coach Baranczyk said, adjusted to the physicality of the collegiate game well, as there's a scramble down low, but she said she feels like Williams could be even more physical.
Well, she definitely stretches the floor. I mean, she's able to shoot the 3 and bang it down low. And again, neither team are really wanting to secure the ball.
That one lofted high to Puckett. Win. Kind of gets hung up in the lane. Sooners force another VOLS turnover.
Yeah, she had Puckett on the perimeter. That's where she should have gone.
Williams tries a 3 too strong. Win with the board.
Tennessee, no field goals in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Hollingshed working down low, won't go. Williams the rebound. Tot finds VOLS, who looks for the transition 3, but a travel is called before the shot is fired.
A couple of steps there from VOLS.
There's that transition 3, though, the Sooners are looking for. Had not been the travel, would have been a great look there for VOLS. The Sooners on an 11-1 run over just about the last 3 minutes. Sooners really have responded since the VOLS got off to that hot 8-0 start at the beginning of the game. What's changed?
Well, Tennessee, you know, has just not taken opportunities of good shot selection. They've been missing a lot. Like there's another one. They attack the rim, and Spear doesn't get anything out of it. But for Oklahoma, they've really got into their transition game and banging down, I think, 3 threes in transition. That's 9 points. It's a big game changer.
The Sooners with the 13-3 edge and fast break points. This is a team that wants to run opponents out of the gym. How can the VOLS try to dictate the tempo a little bit more?
Well, they need to slow things down on their offense. I mean, really work that ball around the perimeter, feed their bigs down low, because Oklahoma has kind of struggled early on against their bigs. And for Tennessee, it's about making sure that they get 2 players back right away on defense, not just 1, but get 2 back.
Powell finds Wynn, or Spear rather. That shot rattles out from Powell. Jones the rebound. Jones.
Nice closeout there by Tess Darby on Jones. That's one thing Tennessee needs to do.
Top finds Tucker. Entry pass. Extra pass made to the weak side, but Van gets caught up. She'll rip the ball away from 2 VOLS defenders.
Yeah, and again, 1 too many passes. That ball from Peyton VOLS has to go up. She's got to shoot it there. Contest Hollingshed and see if you can get a foul. And the collapse defense between Darby and Hollingshed forces Skylar Van into a tie-up.
20 seconds left here in half number 1. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Sooners, Kennedy Tucker inbounds the ball. Quick shot, won't go. Darby Tries to reel in the board, turnover, scramble for the ball. Powell has it. Foul is called, so the Vols will go to the free throw line.
Unfortunate foul there that you didn't have to make, because remember, Tennessee is at the free throw line with no time off the clock. They potentially can make 2 free throws and cut this deficit down to 4.
Skylar Van called for her second. Powell now goes to the line, and she's a good free throw shooter, shooting at 75% coming into this game from the charity stripe. So a player, if given the opportunity to cut that deficit with the clock stopped, can make a difference here for Tennessee. Powell makes the first. The 5th year is in her 2nd season at Tennessee. Transferred from Minnesota prior to that, was an All-Big Ten second-team selection made by the coaches. Media honorable mention selection in her junior campaign. She sinks a pair. Ten seconds to go in half number 1. Tot. Foul called off the ball again.
That'll be the 5th team foul for Tennessee. Excuse me, 3rd team foul for Tennessee.
That foul called against Jewel Spear. Now it's a baseline inbounds play with 8:08 to go. Williams. Finds Van, nice fake. Williams gets it back off the glass and in.
What a great pass down low to send this into halftime with Oklahoma up 6.
The 22nd ranked Sooners making a statement just before the halftime buzzer, extending their lead to 6. Boy, has Oklahoma responded after a hot start for the Volunteers. Here we're gonna take the halftime break. 38-32 the score, Oklahoma on top of Tennessee.
As part of their commitment to health equity, Elevance Health has partnered with the Impact Fitness Foundation to increase access to fitness resources for students.
Elevance Health is here at Victory College Prep, helping them transform a garden to help deliver nutritious food to the students, and that into a weight room and fitness center.
Victory College Prep in Indianapolis has never had a fitness space for their students until now.
This facility is a great opportunity for our athletes to be more focused on their outcomes and be stronger. This is just going to be step 1 for them. To start here as an athlete with access to facilities we didn't have access to before, to then go to college and stay and come back and give back to their community.
Healthier students become healthy adults, which leads to healthy communities.
Elevance Health's about what it means to live a healthy lifestyle, really making sure that they can live their best lives.
With 3 girls' sports teams recently added at VCP, this new space will provide access for a growing number of girls with tools to help optimize their physical and mental health.
Every athlete deserves a level playing field. And that doesn't just mean the resources they have on the field, it means what they do in preparation for that. So, and that's not just awesome equipment, but it's also the educational resources afterwards.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, let's get to work, guys.
Teamwork was on display with Elevance Health volunteers, along with their partners at the Indiana Fever, bringing a room to life as a first-class training facility, complete with new equipment.
Welcome to your new weight room.
I feel like it's going to help boost a lot of efforts and a lot of potential in a lot of the sports that we have.
Partners like Elevance Health.
Elevance Health's purpose, to improve the health of humanity, is rooted in their fundamental belief in ensuring everyone has the opportunity to be and stay healthy for a lifetime.
It's the 22nd ranked Oklahoma Sooners with a halftime lead over the 19th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. A little bit of a back and forth first and second quarter, but how about Tennessee junior guard Caroline Strickland? She has been outstanding throughout this game, 8 points in the first half, Michelle.
Well, and they went to her early on in this game, and she was tremendous using her post moves, but then for some reason, Tennessee just kind of abandoned her. They need to get her going again in that second half.
Sooners really got on a run there in quarter number 2, able to regain the lead. A big reason why is their freshman forward, Zahara Williams. She has been just battling down low and then knocked in this triple as well.
Oh, the freshman is a complete player. I mean, you talked about her aggressiveness and her strength. She can get it done down low. She can shoot the three-pointer. Look for big things for her in the second half as well.
A look at some of the stats from the first half. Tennessee, as expected, has the edge in the rebounding battle, but the turnovers, an interesting one to watch. Oklahoma, with a high-paced offense, has been averaging about 20 turnovers per game. Tennessee around 16, but they had a lot there in the first half. How can they clean that up?
Well, they just have to be smarter with their passing and try not to force things. I mean, Oklahoma has been getting into those passing lanes and disrupting the flow of the Tennessee offense.
VOLS with a chance to get the flow going here in quarter number 3. Action back underway in the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off. Dribbling down low, pass out to Wells. Wells shoots, rattles out. Board brought in by Verhulst. Transition, nice drive by Keys. Got caught up a little under the basket, but it's last touched by the Volunteers. Sooners basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, Tess Darby did a great job of rotating over to cover up that shot from Keys. Keys just did a nice move and went right to the floor, but she was met by Sarah Puckett.
Verhulst inbounds to Keys. Van. Nice little handoff. Offline, there was the shot. Williams with the O-board. Topped. Back to Williams. Gets it back. Foul called off ball. And quite a few of those throughout this game. As that cutter was running in the lane. Darby is charged with her first foul.
Yeah, you can see a little tangle down below. Skylar Van gets sandwiched between two orange jerseys.
On the drive there is Keys, too short. Puckett in transition. Darby finds Puckett again. Tries to body up her defender, falling away from the basket.
Oh, and she hit the ground really hard there.
Foul is called, however, Tess Darby a little bit, or rather, Sarah Puckett a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, and you can see Verhulst there just bodying with her. Puckett probably just got a little stinger on her elbow.
Puckett with 7 points, 5 rebounds through 16 minutes of action, shooting 3 of 7 from the floor, goes to the line, makes the first one. Puckett, a very good free throw shooter, rather, nearly 77% on the season. And she cuts the deficit to 4.
When the last few points from Tennessee have been free throws, they have not made a field goal in over the last 5 minutes.
Nice O-board by Van, and she gets the putback.
Hey, 2 volunteer bodies down there, neither of them clearing Van on the board. Van goes up high, keeps that ball above her, and finishes.
Hollingshed working down low, draws the contact.
I like that move by Hollingshed. As we mentioned earlier, Coach Harper wants 53 to call her number more. And this is how Tennessee's going to get back into this game. They need to pound it in down low, draw the fouls, and get to the free throw line.
Hollingshed with 2 points. She's only taken 2 shots, though, prior to that last battle there. You pointed it out. Coach Harper wants her to get the ball, demand the ball more. Can she get it going here in quarter number 3? Hollingshed shooting just over 66.5% from the charity stripe. Makes the first one. Sinks the second, so now it's a 4-point lead for the Sooners. Williams. Keys connects with Verhulst. Thought about it there. Williams on the drive, strong move. Gets it back. Put back not there. Hollingshed finally reels it in for the Vols. Spear. Entry pass to Puckett. Puckett's turnaround rattles out.
Good looking shot though by Puckett as she did get that space.
Nice pitch ahead pass, and there's the lay-in from Keys.
Oh, Keys runs that floor so well, number 15. That time, instead of stepping out for the 3, she continues that run to the hoop.
There's the pace the Sooners want to run this offense at. That entry pass denied. Here comes Keys in transition, drives, gets the lay-in again.
When Sarah Puckett needs to race ahead and disrupt Keys, she just let her go in for the easy layup.
Keys with 9 points, 4 of 6 from the floor, and has made a 3-pointer to boot. The Sooners extend the lead here in quarter number 3. More action coming up here on the Women's Sports Network in just a little bit. The Oklahoma Sooners now with an 8-point lead here in quarter number 3. It was senior guard Lexi Keys who had her second steal of the game. She averages 2 per game, and she was able to produce on the other end, getting the lay-in. Keys, the Oklahoma State transfer, started all 32 games as a junior, just up the way in Stillwater before coming to Norman. Now Keys is a player that Coach Baranczyk said everybody loves. She said that she came in very mindful that she was a new player on the team, but has since found a rhythm, found her voice within the team, and found her identity. She sure looks comfortable here in quarter number 3. Vols now look to respond. That one rattles out. Battle for the board. Pulliton comes up with it.
Again, another empty.
Keys skip pass to Williams. Fires too strong.
Empty offensive possession for Tennessee, and here's Oklahoma reloading.
Keys offline that time. Foul is called, though, on the floor. There was a battle for the rebound. That one is called on Caroline Strickland.
A good-looking shot just missed from Keys, and a battle down below for that rebound.
This Tennessee team affected a little bit on the glass by the absence of Rakia Jackson, who was averaging 12 rebounds per game through her short spurt early on in the season, but is a player very effective inside for the Vols. The baseline jumper short from Scott, but she does draw the contact.
The foul on there is not necessary by any means. contest it, but don't lean into her and knock her down.
Jasmine Powell there called for the foul. Now Raina Scott goes to the line, the sophomore guard out of New York City. Averaging 6.5 points, nearly 3 boards per game, and just under 4 assists per game as well. Sliding in that backup point guard position, running the offense.
And that's the 4th free throw that Oklahoma has shot today.
So this Sooners team not getting a lot in terms of those fouls called. There's a battle inside. That one up and in from Tamari Key.
Thank you, Tamari Key, for finishing that off. Tennessee needs more of that interior post play to get back into this game.
Williams battles down low, draws the contact.
I mean, look at Tamari Key work and change direction and draw Beatrice Culleton one way to open up the lane for her to finish. Very strong move by the redshirt senior.
The redshirt senior center, Tamari Key, one of the more unique stories in basketball, missed last season after it was announced on December 8th that she had blood clots in her lungs. Able to make a full recovery, but it's been a process early on in the season for her to work back in. Prior to that, she was one of the best centers in the country, a Lisa Leslie Award top 5 finalist during her junior campaign back in 2021-22. But Coach Harper mentioned they have to be patient with her. It's not going to happen right away coming into the season, as there was a foul called, and it's going to be Sooners basketball. A little bit of confusion there on the floor.
Yeah, Tennessee just making a lot of mental mistakes right now. A lot of fouls away from the ball. And yet another foul. I think this time it was called on Sarah Puckett.
Foul is called on Sarah Puckett. That's her second. So now the Sooners go to the line. Sahara Williams with an opportunity here. She is getting close to tying her career high, 14 points. She scored against Alabama State back on November 15th. She has 12 in this game. Sinks her first one from the charity stripe.
Well, Oklahoma now 6 for 7 from the free throw line. And Kylan, they're shooting free throws the rest of this quarter. When you have a good free throw shooting team, that's their second miss. That's definitely a plus in Oklahoma's game.
There's a fast drive, and that little foul for Jasmine Powell.
Hey, Tennessee will take that. Nobody stopped her, and she just kept going right downhill to the rim.
Scott coming off the screen, loses the handle. Williams pulls Jones over. Scott Jones with the cut, lays it up and in, nicely done there.
And that's one thing that Aubrey Jones brings to this Sooners offense is her ability to make those backdoor cuts, but also finish down low as a guard.
Jones now has 7, VOLS with the O board. Thanks to Tamari Key, they reload here. That shot way offline. Now here come the Sooners. Caught up there was Scott. Steal by Darby. Darby finds Powell. Now the Sooners were able to get behind the ball, so Volunteers will run the offense. Spear into the lane. Draws the contact.
She got downhill really quick. And as the defense was forcing her out, she was able to draw that foul.
Jewel Spear, the Wake Forest transfer, was named a preseason All-SEC second-team selection. Back at Wake Forest, was a 2-time All-ACC honoree, averaging more than 15.5 points per game across her 3 seasons. Was rated a top 10 transfer across multiple outlets this season. A big get here for the Volunteers. Sooners up by 9. VOLS looking to close the gap here in quarter number 3. She sinks that one. Here comes Scott. Full court there was Powell. Williams almost loses it there on the bounce pass. Jones fires short. Trying to get the O-board was Williams. Pull up 3 in transition. Got it.
Great job by
Spear.
Yeah, Jewel Spear, making sure she had her feet set, shooting that rock with confidence. That was a big bucket for Tennessee.
5-point deficit. Too strong from Williams.
Oklahoma really has become cold on the offensive end of things.
Darby with the air ball there. 4.5 just about to go here in quarter number 3. The Sooners with a 5-point lead.
Yeah, just a great bucket here in transition. She gets her feet set, knocks it down. Sooners deficit down to 5.
Tennessee closing the gap here in quarter number 3 in the Fort Myers women's tip-off. Oklahoma still holding on to that 5-point lead. One thing that's interesting here in the third quarter, they've flipped the rebounding battle. The Sooners now with 2 more boards than the Vols, despite Tennessee being a very good rebounding team. One thing to note, the Sooners lost graduate student forward Liz Scott in the preseason to a season-ending injury. So interior presence, something that's been lacking, but here's a steal out in transition. Come the Vols. Spear, too strong. O-board, put back by Puckett.
Well, Tennessee has turned up the defense and has forced Oklahoma to make a couple more turnovers, and that's turned into buckets.
Speaking of buckets, what a drive by Raina Scott. She responds. Sooners maintain the 5-point lead.
She got to that rim mighty fast. Nobody in orange able to stop.
Scott with 9 points now. Spear coming off the screen. On the dribble. Out to Puckett.
She thought about that shot.
Tough one in the lane in traffic. Powell short. Bounces all the way out for Sooners basketball.
We talked in the open, Kylan, that defense wins basketball games, and Tennessee really has picked up the defensive pressure, forced a couple turnovers, and cut this within 5.
Sooners looking to pad the lead here. Top. gets it back.
Yeah, they're defending the passing lanes really well. Shutting down the cutters. Nice job there by Jewel Spear.
6 on the shot clock, scramble on the ground. 1 second. Shot fired from Jones, too strong.
And they'll call a foul.
It is going to be a foul. Jones managed to throw that one up just before that shot clock expired.
She actually got a really good look at this as well. I mean, again, Tennessee, Jasmine Powell disrupting Nevaeh Todd. And I think they called Hollenshed for that foul.
Hollenshed was called for her first. 2 free throws here for Beatrice Culleton. 6'3" sophomore center goes to the line. Sinks the second, so now Oklahoma with a 6-point lead.
Tennessee just running through their offense right now, setting the ball screens and letting Puckett do her magic.
Puckett with a post-up move on Verhulst. Cuts the deficit to 4. Quick ball movement here from the Sooners. Entry pass inside, Culleton with the strong move, but foul is called on the offense.
Yeah, the zeros, Culleton and Spear battling it down low. Spear gets herself in position and a little lower of that shoulder by Culleton, and they'll call her for the offensive foul.
Tennessee forcing a turnover. Oklahoma now has 10. The Vols have turned it over, though, 14 times. A lot of those happening earlier on in the game. They've been able to force more here in the second half, starting to turn the tides. Put back, foul called as Wynn tried to put it back up and in.
Again, Tennessee starting to put that ball down in the post. There's a little block there. Wynn gets fouled by Aubrey Jones. But I like the battle that I'm seeing with Hollenshed and Sarah Puckett. That's where Tennessee is going to pick up their buckets.
Hollenshed and Puckett, both with quite a bit of size. 6'5" junior forward, Hollenshed. And Sarah Puckett, the 6'2" junior guard forward. One thing about Puckett is she has a combination of skills where she can stretch the floor, she can shoot, she can handle it on the perimeter, but also can post players up. How difficult is that to stop?
Oh, she stretches defense, and defenses don't know exactly what to do with her.
There's a little turnaround fadeaway, too strong from Verhulst.
And look who's in there battling for the board. 5'9" Aubrey Jones. You know, I think that comes from playing with her sisters a little bit, her older sister, Ashley. That shot goes up, and here comes that guard just ripping it away from Hollenshed. I bet you they had some good 1v1 games in the driveway, the Jones girls did back in the day.
You'd imagine there was some friendly sibling rivalry. Aubrey's sister Ashley was the Big 12 Player of the Year a season ago, 3-time Cheryl Miller Award winner. And here come the Sooners. That one is called a jump ball, is right in the mix there. On cue is the senior guard Aubrey Jones.
Yeah, Lexi Keys driving it here. She wanted the foul, and there was no foul there. Good no call from the officials as Kirsten Johnson opened up. I think Keys just tripped over her own feet.
Just a 2-point game now. The Vols with a chance to tie things up here late in quarter number 3. Powell bringing it up. Wynn. Powell with the handoff to Spear. Comes around the screen. Foul is called. It is going to be called on the Sooners. Nevaeh Todd called for her second.
She just got caught with her hands in the cookie jar. There'll be free throws coming for Tennessee.
Lexi Keys heads to the bench for a quick break. 9 points for her on 4 of 7 shooting from the floor, 1 of 2 from deep. A pair of rebounds and assists as well.
Yeah, Oklahoma has been cold. No field goals in the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds. And that's because Tennessee has really turned up their defense.
Spear misses the first, but sinks the second, so 1 point game, couldn't quite tie it up. Bring the ball up here is Verhulst. Fullerton. Top. Pulls it back out. Tucker. Jones.
Great man defense.
5 on the shot clock. Step back too strong.
Yeah, Verhulst had 7 points in her first 3 minutes of play. In the last 15 minutes, she hasn't had a bucket.
Pocket, the feed inside to Hollingshed. Working down low on Culleton. Hollingshed rises up, no. Board brought in by Verhulst. Shot clock off now, 23 seconds in quarter number 3. Sooners looking to take the last shot. Tot letting some time run here. Down to 10. Gets it into Verhulst. Turnaround, no. Rebound brought in by Darby. Foul is called as well.
And that'll be free throws for Tess Darby. Not the best looking shot with time on the clock, and just a silly foul from Culleton. I mean, you cannot commit that foul with 3 seconds on the clock, and Tennessee in the bonus.
Oklahoma with 18 fouls on the game, 3.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. First one rattles out for Darby.
Tennessee 13 for 19 in free throws.
She gets the second one. Tess Darby hasn't taken many free throws this season, just 2 heading into today. There's a 3-point shot and it falls! What a response from the Sooners. They extend the lead. It's a 3-point lead here for the Sooners, 56-53 after a buzzer beater to end quarter number 3. Let's take a look at a feature brought to you by Elevance Health.
As part of their commitment to health equity, Elevance Health has partnered with the Impact Fitness Foundation to increase access to fitness resources for students.
Elevance Health is here at Victory College Prep, helping them transform a garden to help deliver nutritious food to the students, and that into a weight room and fitness center.
Victory College Prep in Indianapolis has never had a fitness space for their students until now.
This facility is a great opportunity for our athletes to be more focused on their outcomes and be stronger. This is just going to be step 1 for them. To start here as an athlete with access to facilities we didn't have access to before, to then go to college and stay and come back and give back to their community.
Healthier students become healthy adults, which leads to healthy communities.
Elevance Health's about what it means to live a healthy lifestyle, really making sure that they can live their best lives.
With 3 girls' sports teams recently added at VCP, this new space will provide access for a growing number of girls with tools to help optimize their physical and mental health.
Every athlete deserves a level playing field. And that doesn't just mean the resources they have on the field, it means what they do in preparation for that. So, and that's not just awesome equipment, but it's also the educational resources afterwards.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, let's get to work, guys.
Teamwork was on display with Elevance Health volunteers, along with their partners at the Indiana Fever, bringing a room to life as a first-class training facility, complete with new equipment.
Welcome to your new weight room.
I feel like it's going to help boost a lot of efforts and a lot of potential in a lot of the sports that we have.
Partners like Elevance Health.
Elevance Health's purpose, to improve the health of humanity, is rooted in their fundamental belief in ensuring everyone has the opportunity to be and stay healthy for a lifetime.
Senior guard Ashley Jones now has 10 after sinking a third quarter buzzer-beating 3, and the Oklahoma Sooners have grabbed the lead 56-53. But this matchup here coming down to the wire in the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off. Appreciate you being here on the Women's Sports Network as we get ready for quarter number 4. Michelle and Kylan here with you. Now, Michelle, what is going to be the key that's going to decide this fourth quarter and this game ultimately, which has been very back and forth?
Well, there's been a lot of scoring droughts, and that's because both Tennessee and Oklahoma have picked up their defense. Oklahoma, it's all about controlling tempo, getting in their transition game. For Tennessee, I still want to see them run their offense through their bigs down low.
Sahara Williams back in the game as there's a turnover for the Sooners. The connection not on in the pass. So the Vols get the ball right back, but Williams with 13 points to pace Oklahoma re-enters to start the fourth. Surveying here is Wells. Firing is Spear, and she gets it.
She got a little separation from that Sarah Puckett.
Transition 3 from Van, too strong, bounces all the way over the backboard and out of play. Tie ball game here though in quarter number 4.
Yeah, great screen here from Puckett. Just gets that separation, and Volhorst not quick enough to get that hand in the face.
Spear with 14, shooting 4 of 12 from the field, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Powell gets it inside to Hollingshed. Won't go. Williams the rebound.
That's what you want to see out of the Tennessee offense all day long. Hollingshed just has to finish.
Trail 3 not on, but the putback won't roll either. Van was there with the O-board. Just couldn't get it quite to fall. Another transition chance here. Spear doesn't connect. O-board reeled in by Powell, but a foul is called.
And that's going to be another difference too, Kylan, is fouls. I mean, both teams were in the bonus in the third quarter. Which team can clean up their aggressive play and commit less fouls, and which team can take advantage and make free throws down the stretch?
Verhulst with her third foul. Tough day for Skylar Van. Has just 2 points in this matchup on 1 of 7 from the floor, 0 of 4 from 3. Van paces the team, averaging just under 14 points per game, more than 6 boards per game as well. Has reeled in 6 rebounds, but just not quite having the shooting night or day she would like to have. Skip pass, almost intercepted. Foul called though. Van on the floor. Slow to get up as well.
They're going to call Hollingshed for the offensive foul. She just ran Van right over.
Van slow to get up and appears to be okay.
And actually, Van looked like she slipped a little bit, but she got caught up with Hollingshed. That was the area of the floor that the Libin guy was working on cleaning up, and obviously didn't do a great job.
That spot had been just wiped up moments ago. They've been wiping the floor a couple of times. Oklahoma now getting ready to put it back in play. Tie ball game here in quarter number 4. Both teams not having the best day from beyond the arc, each shooting around 25%. Step back. No.
And look who's there fighting.
Oh boy.
Yep. I love that grit from Sahara Williams.
Keys can't get it to go. And the foul is called though down low as both teams battled for the board. That's going to be called on Puckett.
Yeah, Puckett and Strickland need to clear those boards out. I mean, they are giving second chance opportunities to the Sooners. The Sooners need to capitalize on those second chances.
Williams. Keys to Scott. Keys. Shot clock at 8. Williams thought about it. Drives the lane, forces it up, draws the contact.
And that little hesitation move slows the defense, and then she just explodes right to the bucket. Puckett reaches in. She's got to use her feet and play defense. That's her fourth foul on Striplin, and that's huge for Tennessee. I mean, they're going to have to sit her for at least the next 5 minutes or so.
You were talking about Tennessee needing to box out better on that last possession. Oklahoma with the edge on the boards, 42-39. It's interesting, that's something that head coach Jenny Baranczyk mentioned coming into this game. She felt like her team needed to execute better. She wasn't happy with the effort on the glass in their loss to Princeton on Thursday, but they've come out and battled against a very good interior Tennessee team.
Well, Coach Kelly Harper is going to keep Striplin out on that floor with 4 fouls.
Critical loss there for the Vols as Striplin has 8 points. That one too strong. Put back, up and in for Spear.
And nobody boxed her out. She was on that weak side, grabbed the rebound, put it in for an easy bucket.
Broadcaster's jinx, as I was pointing out, the Sooners' improved performance on the glass.
Now, if I'm Oklahoma, you got to take it inside and try to draw that 5th foul.
There's a turnaround for Verhulst.
That's huge for her, as she was stuck on 7 points for the last 18 minutes.
1 point game here in quarter number 4. Both teams desperate for bounce back games. Both coaches talked about how they were a little bit disappointed with their team's effort in their Thursday outings. A top 25 win for either program right now would be huge for confidence and momentum moving forward. And there's a drive down the lane from Powell, draws the foul. The Island Division 3rd place game will be coming up later today as well.
I think they ended up calling that on Raina Scott, potentially from the backside, or they called it on Culleton on the front. But a new 20-second shot clock for Tennessee, as they only had 4 seconds left. Oh, great disruption in that passing lane.
Scott goes the other way, but doesn't get the layup. Huge miss there for the Sooners, looking to extend their lead to 3.
She's got to forget about it and get down and low on defense.
Pocket. Deep 3, too strong. O'Board, though, brought in by Darby, foul called.
And they actually could have called Darby for an offensive foul, as she cleared the Oklahoma player when she got that rebound. She kind of gave Jones a shove in the back there.
Inbound play now on the baseline. Bounce pass in to Puckett. Puckett trying to work on Culleton. Foul called.
And I wish Verhulst would have stayed in that double team with Culleton and really boxed in Puckett. But she released and Puckett started reaching, and she got called for her 4th foul.
That's 4 for Culleton. She will go out, replaced by the freshman Landry Allen. Hollingshed. Powell. Calling for the screen here by Puckett. Powell on the drive. Gets the and one. Huge bucket for Tennessee. They take the 1-point lead.
Yeah, what a great drive by Jasmine Powell. She uses her body, that quick hesitation step, gets Skylar Van on her hip, and completes that bucket.
Oklahoma starting to teeter with some foul trouble here. Skylar Van has 4. Culleton just went out with 4. Now it's a 2-point lead for the Vols.
And really important to note that Tennessee is in the bonus. They're shooting free throws these last 6 minutes.
Hand off to Jones. Back to Allen, fires from deep, too strong. O'Board, put back, falls for Jones.
Yeah, Destiny Wells caught underneath the basket. The only rebound you're gonna get there is a made basket.
Vols pushing the pace. And an and one for Wells. She'll go to the line.
Isn't that nice to see, Destiny Wells? You get out-rebounded down below, but you take control here, put it high off the glass, and you draw the foul.
Destiny Wells goes to the line now with a chance for a three-point play to extend the lead, but this has just been a game of back and forth, especially here in this fourth quarter, teams exchanging blows. Also 4 fouls now for Peyton Verhulst, so the Sooners are going to have to be careful here with a number of players in foul trouble with 5.5 to go.
Well, the Sooners need to look for a good shot as well. It's not going to happen.
Instead, it's going to be a turnover. Vols get the ball right back. 64-61, lead for Tennessee with possession.
And for Tennessee, every possession down, you run your offense, you look for a good shot.
There's the pull-up, nicely done by Wells.
Yeah, uncontested for the senior.
5-point lead now for Tennessee. Keys, Williams, Verhulst. Goes to the left side, doesn't get it. Scramble on the floor, both teams battling. It's going to be called a jump ball.
Now, the rim is just not friendly for Oklahoma. I mean, Verhulst had a nice drive, and I think she just got banged up again. But she turns this corner. I wish she would have put it up with that left hand, but I think she thought the defender would have been there to block it. And a scramble for the ball.
The under 5-minute media timeout underway. Tennessee with a 5-point lead. This one coming down to the wire here. More fourth quarter action in a moment. Volunteers starting to separate here in the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off. Saturday action coming at you. It's a top 25 matchup underway. Fourth quarter will continue. Tennessee has had the most recent run, 3 of 3 on their last shots from the floor. Michelle, what is it that's allowed the Vols to separate just a little bit here midway through the fourth?
Well, it's been their defense in the half court, but also they're capitalizing on Oklahoma's turnovers. They have 18 points off of the Sooners' turnovers.
Wells here under pressure. A lot of pressure from top, away from the basket. Gets the switch. Driving, baseline floater, no. Rebound bounces around though between hands, and the Vols come up with it.
You hate to see that happen because that was a great defensive set by Lexi Keys.
Skip pass over to Darby. Bucket, working inside, too short. Rebound brought in by Verhulst. She'll handle it now as the Sooners push. Tennessee, though, gets numbers behind, and there's a foul called away from the ball, so the Vols will get the ball right back.
Is that on Verhulst?
Called for the foul, and that is her 5th. Huge moment here for Oklahoma as Peyton Verhulst has fouled out.
That she just didn't stop and set her screen. As you see here, she goes over to set the ball screen, and she leans that shoulder into Hollingshed.
So here come the Vols now with a 5-point lead. Sooners will be without Verhulst. That one won't go.
That was such a great entry pass into Puckett. She's got to finish that.
Pitch ahead pass to Williams, but she couldn't contain it. Darby there for the steal alongside Powell. Ball's now pushing. Wells. Slow it down. Wells on Tot. Tot stays on her. 9 on the shot clock. Tot bounces it off to Puckett in the lane, no.
Again, another missed trip down the floor for Tennessee. They had some good looks in there.
Transition 3 falls for Lexi Keys. Or for Lexi Keys, yes, that is correct. Just the score bug there, not quite on. But Tennessee holding on to a 2-point lead here in the 4th.
Oklahoma's got to buckle down in this half-court defense, but there's that separation.
Powell with the long 2. She has 9. Van, no. Pocket the rebound.
Sahara Williams has been very quiet for the Sooners on offense. They need to get number 32 involved in their next trip down the floor.
Pocket to Darby. Finds Wells on the dribble. Turnaround, no. Hollingshed keeps it in play.
It's like everybody just stopped for a moment. Nobody went after that ball.
And
wow.
Somehow, Powell hits an NBA triple just before the shot clock expires.
And to realize that the shot clock was about to go, holy cow. What a move.
Huge bucket there for the Vols. Van can't get it. Van gets the second. Oklahoma able to cut the lead to 5.
That was a much-needed bucket there from Skylar Van. I mean, working really hard on the offensive glass.
Foul called there as Powell was handling it. Keys on her.
And heads-up move by Hollingshed to save that ball. And look at Jasmine Powell. She's like, hey, I'm okay. Let's just run the offense. And then she realizes the shot clock's going down, and she's like, all right, I'm going to shoot the ball. That was a huge 3. That's a turning point in this game for sure.
Now Powell goes to the line after drawing the foul. And Tennessee is in the bonus. So a chance to extend the lead with the clock stopped. Huge here for the Vols. Powell's first shot rattles in. Coming into this game is a 75% shooter from the charity stripe. Powell's second goes. She has 15. Nice inside pass. Williams draws the contact.
That's exactly what I said. You gotta go to Williams on that next trip down. I mean, she had 14 points and has been stuck there for quite some time, and she goes up strong and draws the foul. Now you gotta make these free throws.
Hollingshed called for her 3rd. So it's a 7-point lead, but Sahara Williams, the freshman at the line, with the chance to cut that deficit. Shell Division Championship game coming up a little bit later after this. 3rd place game also will be streamed online, but that championship game right here on the Women's Sports Network should be a fun one between Marquette and Arkansas. So be sure to stick around. 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, the tip-off time for them. But Oklahoma cutting the deficit, and Sahara Williams with that last free throw sinks her 2nd, and she now has a career-high 16 points. Huge Huge performance here for the freshman Zahara Williams inside for the Sooners. Battling here is Spear and Tot. Spear gets it off to Powell. Powell breaks free on the dribble, pulls up, it's a turnover. Steal for Tot. She loses the handle. Van, back to Tot for three. Got it!
Yeah,
Huge basket for the Sooners.
Tot traveled, but stayed with the play and hit that bucket.
Huge bucket for Oklahoma. They cut the deficit to 2 late in quarter number 4. There's the steal from Nevaeh Tot. Loses the handle. Van finds her right back, though, with space from beyond the arc, and she is ice cold. More fourth quarter action continues in just a moment. An excellent matchup coming down to the wire here in the Elevance Health Women's Fort Myers tip-off. It's a top 25 showdown. Oklahoma now trails by just 2 here with less than a minute to go in quarter number 4. VOLS basketball. Hollingshed.
Oklahoma needs to turn up their defense here, get into those passing lanes, and force a turnover.
Wells on the dribble, finds Puckett. Spear into the lane. Spear goes up with it. Doesn't go. Ball touched out of play. Last touch the Sooners, so VOLS will keep the ball.
And Skylar Van got hit in the eye again.
Official review.
There is going to be official review of that last play.
I think it was to see if Oklahoma did last touch that ball or not. We'll take another look. That could have been Puckett that was reaching over Van. Skylar Van kicks it in the eye again. I mean, she's been on the floor. We'll take another look. No, actually from that angle, it looked like it came off of Skylar Van.
Skylar Van, the reigning 2-time Big 12 6th Player of the Year, the only player to ever receive that award twice, coming in and earning the starting role this season. Her coach, Jenny Baranchik, said one thing she loves about Van is that Van said that she feels like her role doesn't change. She just needs to come out and be herself, and she certainly has put her heart on the line in this game.
Well, the Sooners are really good in defending inbounds plays, as Tennessee had some troubles in the first 2 quarters.
Puckett to Powell. About a 15-16 second shot clock to game clock differential. Puckett, or Powell in the corner, she gets it, huge bucket for the VOLS. They extend the lead to 5 with just 20 to go.
Now they left number 15 wide open, and she just put the nail in the coffin.
Sooners need something quickly. Tot rattles out. O-board brought in by Culleton. Keys, step back. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Jump ball is called on the floor.
Well, all of the Sooners were all around the ball, and everybody lost track of number 15, Jasmine Powell, hitting the biggest shot of the game, 19 points for Powell.
Last second baseline jumper falls. But the time expires and the Tennessee Volunteers have earned a top 25 victory over the Oklahoma Sooners. A huge win for head coach Jenny Harper's program, trying to bounce back from what they felt like was a disappointing performance against another top 25 team in Indiana on Thursday. How did the Vols get this one done, Michelle?
Well, I think they stepped up their defense in the second half and put more pressure on the Sooners to make turnovers, you know, and they just kept fighting and battling on the boards. And it was their shooting from the outside that led them to this 76-73 victory towards the end.
Interesting looking at the stats, these two teams very close in a number of categories, both shooting around 37% from the field, both shooting under 30% from three-point land. Very close in terms of the battle on the boards. And then also it was very back and forth in terms of the turnovers, second chance points. This was just a fun game to watch, absolutely down to the wire here on the Women's Sports Network. On behalf of our entire crew, we appreciate you joining us. Coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern, the championship game for the other division, so stick around. Tennessee takes this one 76-73.